The drone strikes coincide with reports of attacks in southern Russia by pro-Ukrainian Russian exiles. Two paramilitary groups claim to have crossed the border in tanks and armoured vehicles and say they've captured at least one village and destroyed the Russian command centre there. More now from CNN's Mugmołttan reporting in from Moscow.
They call themselves the Siberian Battalion, one of several Ukraine-based Russian paramilitaries now striking across the Russian border. We can't verify their video, but the group says it shows their latest assault on Russian soil ahead of a presidential vote that Vladimir Putin is certain to win. Never mind voting at the ballot box, says this fighter, taking cover. Join us and vote with the gun, he says. More dramatic video from another group. The Freedom of Russia Legion say they assaulted Russia's Belgorod and Kursk regions. Two Russian villages, they say, were captured. Russian officials say all the attacks were pushed back, with dozens of invaders killed, as well as several tanks destroyed. It is Ukrainian election interference, according to the Russian president, who's set, regardless, to secure a fifth term in the Kremlin.
The main goal, I have no doubt about it, is to, if not disrupt the presidential elections in Russia, then at least somehow interfere with the normal processes of expressing the will of citizens.
The human rights groups say that normal process has already been distorted in a Kremlin crackdown on dissent, including hundreds of detentions at memorials for opposition leader Alexei Navalny, who died suddenly last month in an Arctic penal colony. Just this week, his former chief of staff in exile, Leonid Volkov, said he was brutally attacked by a man with a hammer outside his home in neighbouring Lithuania, left with painful wounds and a broken arm. Meanwhile, the Kremlin strongman is already looking beyond the Russian election to the US presidential race, insisting he will work with whoever, in his words, is trusted by the American people. But he warned US forces to stay out of the war in Ukraine.
The US has said it's not sending troops to Ukraine, but we know what American troops would be on Russian territory: interventionists. This is how we would treat them. Even if they appear on the territory of Ukraine, they understand this.
But for now, it is Ukraine doing the fighting, unleashing a barrage of drone attacks across Russia. Like this one in Belgorod. These images show a drone flying near a Russian oil facility in the city of Ryazan. Russian authorities say at least 25 Ukrainian drone attacks have been thwarted. But as Russia's presidential election nears, the impact of its war next door is being increasingly felt. Matthew Chance, CNN Moscow.